looking good. We have our mics working right. Yes, boys. Red is the color. You can't deny that. Red is the color, and we are going to make it big. AC Milan against the likes of Inter Milan. What is that going to be? The poll section is open on the chat, which has been pinned. Whether it is going to be the Rossoneri's who are going to get that AC Milan, will they get this win? The Nerazzurri, it is the likes of Inter Milan, Simone Inzaghi's men. Will they get it? And late in just 1 hour, that is also the Los Rojiblancos, Atletico Madrid, Simeone against the likes of Barca Blaugrana. That is Hansi Flick and his team. Are they going to make that big? Look at that. We don't waste any time. Just 4 minutes into it. AC Milan against the likes of Inter. The Derby della Madonnina. It is going to be at the San Siro. But what is the likes of Sergio Conceição? He has got so many transfers, so many loans into his bag at San Siro, but his performances in the Champions League, he has got those exits in the Serie A table not being that distinct, but he is making his bold statements. Still now, Conceição is approving to the management that they are going to make it to the Champions League the next season. What is that going to be? Give your votes on the chat section. Rossoneri, AC Milan, are they going to get those wins? Nerazzurri, Inter, they are going to get that. Los Rojiblancos, Atletico, or it is the likes of Barca Blaugrana, two of the epic derbies in the Serie A. It is the Coppa Italia. It is going on, and in just 30 minutes of time, it will be also the Copa del Rey semi-final. But look at that, Milan with this lineup. Leo on the left wings. It is Tammy Abraham, the man on the striking positions. Conceição is sticking to Tammy Abraham. What all he will need to do, because Jimenez on the right wings, Pulisic on the mid-pitch, Fofana, Reinders. What is that going to be in the mid-pitch? Reinders has been doing good in the Nations League. It is Shaw as well as the likes of Gabbia. They are the man who will be seen. But let me just put that straight. I think there is something we need to do about this lineup, because there is some sort of mistakes, I think. Yes, it is the likes of Theo and Gabbia who are going to be. But is that going to be the statement which is making it good? Is that going to be the statement which is making it good? Let me just edit this. It is on the left center backs. It is the likes of Theo. And on the right of the center backs, it is going to be Gabbia. That is something which has been made a mistake over there. Let me just save this. Yes, it is done, and let me just make it good. So yes, some of the tactical errors was there in the lineup, but we have just corrected it so good, and it has been replaced by this lineup. Look at that. It is Theo and the likes of Gabbia who are there on the center back aspects. What is that going to be? But talking about the lineups for Inter Milan, oh my god, look at that. Inter with this squad. It is the likes of Bastoni, Divrik and Bisek on the center backs. Simone Inzaghi's man, will they make that? Damian, Barella, Calhanoglu, Fratesi. Augusto is the man. He is being picked. Damian and Augusto has to perform well if they are going to get that good. Correa and Thuram on the starting lineups. But it will be the aspect, it will be the likes of Theo Hernandez against the likes of Darmian, Rafael Leo against the likes of Bisek. That will be the aspect we'll be watching. Theo and Gabbia, will they make Thuram any space to be coming into it? That will be the another aspect. Carl Walker against the likes of Augusto. My goodness, this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. But Jimenez, that man, number 20, 19 years of age, will he be that perfect to overtake Bastoni and Divrik? But Inter are not having the likes of Jan Sommer in the squad. They have put Martinez, Joseph Martinez from Spain. That man is there on the goalkeeping positions for Inter Milan. What is that going to be? It is really going to be big. But to talk about AC Milan, they have got the substitutes of Joao Felix not in the starting lineup. He is on a loan. Will he be the player who will be making his statement good? Give your votes on the chat section on the poll which has been pinned. Who is going to win the Serie, the Derby, the Coppa Italia, Derby della Madonnina? Who is going to get those wins? Or it is the Copa del Rey, Atletico and Rojiblancos. We will be having a discussion of that also. But Emerson Royal not available for Conceição in this game. AC Milan and Ruben Loftus-Cheek is also injured. These are the injuries which might be concerning for Sergio Conceição. But Simone Inzaghi, look at that, his lineup. His injuries, if we talk about, Dumfries is out, Martinez is not in. They are having the likes of Bayern Munich also. Martinez is on a hamstring injury. Denzel Dumfries in a muscle injury. Teremi is also the player who has got the injuries number 99 for the Nerazzurris, not available for that. Peter Zielinski not available. Carboni are the players not available. But we will be having the short look of Atletico Madrid and Barcelona as well. Simeone's men are looking strong. No denying the fact Simeone's men with the previous clash that was a 4-4 draw which they had in the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final, that was at the home ground of Barcelona. Barcelona managed to get a draw with 4 goals. That is Simeone's men doing much into it, but Simeone is having those allegations for that penalty miss from Alvarez in the Champions League against Real Madrid. Is that the thing to be talking, because you have to make it big, boys. But look at the starting lineup. Atletico has started with Musso as their goalkeeping positions, Lenormand, Jimenez, Renildo. Simeone has been called to the left wings. Llorente has been lifted to the right wing. So Azpilicueta and Llorente up against the likes of Barcelona will be the much factor to watch. De Paul and Barrios on the mid pitch, Alvarez and Griezmann. But look at this Barcelona squad, which is going to be. It is Lopez on the attacking mid pitch for Barcelona. Hansi Flick not getting the likes of Dani Olmo in this squad because he is injured, and hence he hasn't brought in Robert Lewandowski. It is Hansi Flick who is much of the time sticking to Ferran Torres because he likes Lewandowski to get those goals in the second aspect to be having. But that game which happened in the La Liga, that was something where Barcelona just dominated that game. To look at that lineup, it was Barcelona who started with Lewandowski and Olmo. In the La Liga, that was the game. But in the Copa del Rey, in the previous fixture, in the first leg, it was the likes of Ferran and Olmo. So Ferran and Lewandowski both has been given those aspects to be talking about. But Barcelona has crushed Atletico Madrid in the previous meetup. But before that, it was Atletico Madrid who showed some character by getting those draws with 4 goals, 8 goals scored in the first leg. That was something big. That was something big. And Real Madrid, on the other hand, has made it to the finals of the Copa del Rey. But will it be the likes of Atletico Madrid and Barcelona who will be making that? The game between Milan and the likes of Inter is on live over here. You can watch the matches from the Cheeky Picky links which has been shared on the social media platform. You can get it from there as well. Let me just put it on the watch. Give me a second, guys. Let me just put that on the watch. Yes, those cheeky piggy links of Atletico Madrid and Barcelona has been shared, as well as the likes of AC Milan and the likes of Inter has been shared. Get your links working, boys. Get your links working. It has been just shared, and join the social media platforms where you can get those links as well as those updates of the different Premier League, the Bundesliga, the Serie A, the Champions League, as well as the other things which is going on all about football, which has been shared. Yes, the match links has just been shared on our social media platforms. You can have the watch of the matches from there as well. But if you want to have the matches of Barcelona and the likes of Atletico Madrid, then it is on the fan code app. But the likes of, the Super Coppa Italia, it is on the GXR website. You can watch that from there as well. It is free. But how is that going to be? How is that going to be? AC Milan, will they make it? Look at that. It is Bastoni who is passing that. De Vrij back passes that. Barella is staying on those center backs. That is a lofted pass. It has been given. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. It is making something big. Inter are already cooking up. Calhanoglu passes that. Oh my goodness. Darmian back passes it. How is this game going to turn? How is this game going to turn? Conceição still says that they are going to make it. It is Bastoni who is high up on the pitch. Augusto gives that to Barella. Correa. Barella again. De Vrij. Calhanoglu. Back to Calhanoglu. Look at that. Inter has now taken the position and it is at the San Siro. Conceição's man has been just shrunk deep into their defensive aspect. Look at that. It is Conceição's men who are just dragged deep into their own defensive half. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section for the poll that who is going to get those wins. Is it the likes of Rossoneri, Nerazzurri, the Los Rojiblancos, or it is the likes of Barca Blaugrana? What is that going to be happening today? What is that? Oh my God, two of the epic derbies. That is a long ball for Tammy Abraham. De Vrij gets that clearance. Bastoni, De Vrij, both of them are having that. Correa. But the aspects of Inter to be talking about, they are having those injuries. After those 65 to 70 minutes, that will be critical because it will be likes of Chukwueze, Gimenez, and Sotil, as well as Luka Jovic from AC Milan. They will be making those substitutions coming onto the pitch. But it is likes of Lautaro Martinez, Mehdi Taremi, both of them are on injuries. It is Thuram who has to make his statement. That is why Simone Inzaghi's men, the Nerazzurris, are making it good because they want those early 1 or 2 goals to be happening in the first half. Simone Inzaghi's men are making their statement clear just in 7 minutes of the watch that they are going to make it big. But red is the color, boys. Red is the color. That is what we want this to be happening. And yes, give your predictions on the chat section as well. Who is going to win this big? Who is going to win this big? Calhanoglu with that free kick. What a drop down free kick that was. What a drop down free kick that was from Calhanoglu. That wasn't expected, boy. That wasn't expected. That is all about the stats of this fixture which is happening. None of the teams has been able to get a goal out of it, but it is the first corner which is coming in for the Nerazzurri. Inzaghi's man, Calhanoglu with his right footer, taking that first corner. Look at that, Bastoni is inside the box, Bisek is as well there. What a lofted curl that was. Oh my God, what a shot taken. Correa takes that shot, but Mike Magnan is the player. He saved it. Mike Magnan has saved it. Oh my goodness. Mike Magnan just saves that deflecting shot from Korea on the pitch. My goodness, Inter were just about to score. Inter were just about to score. My God, Inter were just about to score. That could have been a big game changer because Inzaghi's men definitely want this to happen. Inzaghi's man definitely want this to happen. Barcelona and Atletico Madrid still 20 minutes to go into that game. Bastoni this time passes it back. How is this lineup? I mean, Simone Inzaghi with the fluidity in the team looks marvelous at times. They are going to face Bayern as well. They are going to face Bayern in the Champions League as well. It is now Calhanoglu who has dropped into those centre back aspects, passes that to Bastoni. Bastoni and DAWGS has changed their centre back aspects. Look at that fluidity, man. Goodness. Inter Milan with this fluidity in the team. It is Bastoni with his left footer. He tries to get past. Look at that. Bastoni with his left footer tries to get Augusto on the mid pitch into the wings, but that has been read good, and Kyle Walker is the man. Kyle Walker is the man. It is Augusto who has to get past to the speed of Kyle Walker on the pitch. That will be a big one to watch. And those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the poll in the chat section that who is going to get those wins. Give your votes on the chat section. Who is going to get those wins? It is now Theo Hernandez. Canciaso's man Randers. What a deep box pass that is for Theo Hernandez. My goodness, Theo was late. Theo was late. Canciaso's man has to show some characters, guys. Sergio Canciaso really has to show some character. I mean, upon his arrival, it is the likes of AC Milan, the Rossoneri's, they have got the win, I mean, of their first shield of this season. But apart from that, it hasn't been looking that good. After the departure of Thiago Motta, nothing has been looking that good. Oh my goodness, how is that going to be? I mean, it is my mistake. I'm not Thiago Motta, it is Paulo Fonseca. But the referee on the pitch, it is Michael Fabry. Will he make that thing to be counting big? Just 15 minutes. I mean, 15, 16, 17, 18 minutes left. Atletico Madrid and the likes of Barcelona, that 4-4 first leg. Will that end into some conclusion into those stoppage time, or will it go into those extra time or into those penalties? That is our predictions, as that it will go to the penalties, and the likes of Rogi Blancos, they will make that thing to be happening big. But again, look at that. It is the Rogi Blancos who are looking good on their aspects, but why Azpilicueta is the man who has been picked? Why Diego Simeone has picked Azpilicueta and not picking up Molina? He has got Llorente high up. That could have been a fluidity, because Rafinha, on the other hand, from the likes of Barcelona, he will be enjoying that good, moving high up on the pitch. But Diego Simeone has read this good. But look at that, Barcelona, most of the times when it was the likes of Simeone who and Griezmann, they went on with that 4-4. It was the likes of Balde, the same pairing was there, as well as in the previous La Liga fixtures, it was the likes of Barcelona going with Llorente and Simeone with the likes of Rafinha and Balde. Hansi Flick hasn't made those changes. Yamal and Kunde for there as well. Yes, Yamal and Kunde for both the past two fixtures which Hansi Flick has got, and in this also Hansi Flick hasn't got those good changes into it apart from the likes of Lopez, because Dani Olmo is the man who is not present for Barcelona, and it is the likes of De Jong and Pedri. But that was the 4-4 draw which happened in the first leg where Pedri and De Jong was there, but Barcelona dominated Atletico Madrid 4-2 in the La Liga in the recent fixture where it was the likes of Casado and Pedri were there. That is a big game-changing moment which is going to happen. That is a big game-changing moment which is going to happen. It is still 15 minutes left and we are watching Inter and Milan to be talking that derby. Milan Derby on the way. Barella again getting that to Bastoni. Look at that. Bastoni is staying so high up on the pitch. Is Chalanolu giving that to the Ridge. Visak. Visak is a tall man. He is definitely built for those headers. But from the likes of AC Milan to be talking about, it is also their man Theo. He is having that height. He can get those goals as well as with the likes of Tammy Abraham on the pitch. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section for the poll that who is going to get those big wins for today. Give your votes on the chat section for the poll who is going to get those big wins for today. Reinders gets that good. Rafael Leo on the move. Rafael Leo needs to show some characters. It is Fofana getting that big. Passes that to Reinders. But involvement of Pulisic hasn't been looking that good into the pitch. It is Jimenez on the wings. That young boy, will he make that curl into the box? He has been blocked. It is Reinders again into the box. He makes that. Theo Hernandez, what have you done? It was a big opportunity to be scored. It was the Rossoneri's. What a big opportunity that could have been. Reinders is lethal, boys. Reinders is lethal most of the times in the Nations League as well. He has been looking that lethal. Reinders, no doubt, has been looking that lethal time and again. But it is for Sergio Conceição. Will he be able to take that advantage of Reinders to be talking about? And to talk about AC Milan and the likes of Inter, I mean, in the past fixtures in the Serie A, that was a 1-1 draw, but AC Milan winning that 3-2. It was in the Super Cup final where the Rossoneri's got that to be talking. That was something big. That was something big. Apart from that, AC Milan has got that 2-1 victories in the past 3 games to talk about. The Rossoneri's has got 2 wins, whereas the Nerazzurri is just a single one. But it was the last 4th fixture where Inter, and in the 5th fixture, 6th, Inter has dominated. But in the past 3 fixtures, it is AC Milan who has been seen dominating both in the away as well as at home. Both the teams are not taking those risks because they will now want to get this game ongoing into the second half and to trust their players to make those moves. It is Magnan who has passed that to Kyle Walker. Gabia. Magnan, that is a silly pass, but Reinders converts that good. It is Thiaw passing that to Liao. Look at that. It is Hernandez making those runs inside the box. But again, it is that man. The likes of Fratesi, Calhanoglu and Barella on the mid page, they are showing so much of fluidity in this game to be talking about. They are showing so much of fluidity. AC Milan are really making it. Still 11 minutes to go on the watch. Atletico Madrid and FC Barcelona. We will switching on to that. We will be switching on to that game. Atletico against the likes of Barcelona. And yes, the stream links, the watch links has been shared on the social media platform. Get it from there. and give your votes on the poll section that who is going to get those wins of the two derbies which are having the watch along parallel. How can you afford to miss the game of football like that? 19 minutes gone. This is the first yellow card of this game, and Mikel Fabri, the referee on the pitch, awards that to Theo Hernandez for that tackle he made stack. Look at that, it was a bad tackle. Theo Hernandez, I mean, was that a tackle? Bisek, was that a tackle? Bisek is such a long, tall player, and he has got those ugly tackles to be made. How is that going to be? How is that going to be? Will this game end in a brawl to be talking about? That is also the aspect. But again, it is the likes of Nerazzurri, Varela, as well as Calhanoglu. Again has got a free kick. Bisek is inside the box. That could be dangerous. Bisek needs to be man marked by Theo on the pitch. Two of the tall headers. Varela and Calhanoglu both are having the watch that is close to the right part on the edge of the box. Magnan is there on the center of the pitch. Free kick being taken. Calhanoglu takes that curl to the far box. Oh my god, inside the goal it gets. Bisek on the far post. Divrig in the mid. Oh my god, Magnan has saved that. Mike Magnan has saved that. Oh my god, it is not Mike Magnan. Look at that. It is not Mike Magnan. It is Fofana who has saved that. Tammy Abraham just gets that deflection. Otherwise, it would have been the likes of Inter, Steven Inzaghi's man getting that, but at the cost of a corner. Calhanoglu takes that onto the far post. Look at those curls, boys. Look at those curls. Calhanoglu is having those perfect curls. Now it is the likes of Rossoneri's with Tammy Abraham making that. But again, Calhanoglu is that big talent in the team. He is making it good. Calhanoglu is that good big man making it good for the Nerazzurris on the pitch. Reinders again. But I'm not getting the involvement of Pulisic on the pitch. I'm not being able to understand the involvement of Pulisic on the pitch. It is left foot across Theo Hernandez for Tammy Abraham. Martinez gets that safe into his hands. Jan Sommer is not there, boys. Take those advantages. Red is the color, boy. Red is the color. Leao against Bisek. Bisek is proving physically tall and big. Pretesi 1-on-1 against. Look at that. Look at that. Fofana with his strong legs. Just stopping something coming from Inter. Here passes that to Gabia. Randers dropping down to the defensive mid pitch. Walker. I mean, Conciaso's men are not taking those advantages of Kyle Walker as well on the pitch. Randers getting those assists from Theo Hernandez. To the wings gets Leo. Leo is getting it into the box. My god, what is Rafael Leo doing? He was inside the box, but he just lost the position. Conciaso, Sergio Conciaso from the sidelines is praising Rafael Leo for that effort. But will that effort be good? It is now Thuram against the likes of Kyle Walker. Jimenez has also dropped down. Pestoni. Look at that. It is the likes of Jimenez from the Rossoneri's who is most of the scene. Times dropping down. It is a pass to Pulisic. Pulisic, will he change the wings? Yes, he has got Rafael Leo. That is something to the far post. He should have gone for Jimenez, but he goes for Randers on the mid page, and that is a block. But I think that is the free kick which the Rossoneri's will be taking it. The referee Mikel Fabri on the pitch is giving those decisions good. Mikel Fabri, the referee on the pitch, is giving those decisions good on the pitch. Rafael just made it good into the box, but he couldn't just afford to get those passes to be happening. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the poll section of the chat. Who is going to get those big wins for today? Give your votes on the chat section. Who is going to get those big wins? Give your votes on the chat in the poll section, whether it is the likes of Rossoneri's, AC Milan, it is the likes of Nerazzurri, Inter Milan, it is the likes of Los Rojiblancos, Atletico, or it is the likes of Barca Blaugrana. Coppa del Rey, Coppa Italia, what is going to be the outcome? The first leg of the semi-finals in the Coppa Italia and the final leg of the Coppa del Rey from the La Liga. Tammy Abraham, number 19, is he going to take that free kick? Tammy takes that. Poor shot from Tammy. Tammy, you took that shot too poor, my boy. Nothing to be denied. Nothing to be denied. Just 4 minutes left. Just 4 minutes to be left. Barcelona against Atletico in the Copa del Rey. 4 minutes left into that. The Cheeky Picky links has been shared on the social media platforms. The links are there in the video description as well as in the channel description. You can get it from there as well. Walker gives that to Jimenez. Jimenez is not showing that character, boys. Jimenez from the right wings is not showing that character. Randers again gives that to Pulisic. Pulisic has changed that. Rafael, take a shot, boy. Take a shot. How close do you need to get into to take those shots? That was so close, and Pulisic took that advantage. He passed that, go to Rafael. Rafael dribbled 8 past 1, 2, 3 guy. You are taking those shots, boy. Rafael, you need to grow up, my big boy. You need to grow up. I'm 25 years of age. Rafael from Portugal at AC Milan. He really needs to grow up, my boy. He really needs to grow up. There is again a corner being taken. Was that Pulisic close enough? And Abraham trying to get a touch to it. Deflected, pit, grounded. Process which is happening at San Siro. AC Milan with their corners are making those grounded shots. I mean, how can you afford to get a goal out of that? Make those big curls to be happening, boy. Make those big curls to be happening. Look at that. Poor corner crosses Pulisic is taking. Pulisic is not looking that good in shape. Back pass to Mike Magnan again. Gimenez, that young boy, changes the wings. He has got Theo Hernandez. That was a long lofted ball, and Theo Hernandez just couldn't get the touch of the ball on that first drop on the pitch. He went for those drop off moments and he missed that. He missed that. Rafael inside the box, he took that shot so good, but it was a grounded shot, and Martinez just with his crosses, crossed legs, gets that deflection good. Varela now going for those long balls. Korea running it, chasing it. Mike Magnan this time gets it good high up on the pitch. Mike Magnan is definitely going to be proving those big time if AC Milan needs to win that. It is those attacking aspects where they are not getting that clinical enough. But from the mid pitch, Milan against Inter, in this game I have to talk about, it is definitely the likes of Milan who are making it good. This is at the San Siro, boys. You have to take that big lead onto that pitch. Thuram is the man moving high up. Will he take that? No, a left footer pass that was. Milan needs to score. At San Siro, Milan definitely needs to score. But we will now shift to the game between the likes of Atletico. Let me just change this stream. Atletico and the likes of Barcelona. It is just about to begin. It is just about to begin. Oh my god, what a sound that is. Red is the color, boys. Red is the color. Who is going to win this? Give your votes on the chat section, which has been pinned. Atletico with this lineup. Look at that. Reinildo, Aspilicueta on the left backs, Lorente, Simeone both on the right backs. That would be a big game changer. Let me just change the lineups. Lorente, Simeone, and over here it is the likes of Aspilicueta and Renildo. That is the thing. But Lenormand and the likes of Jimenez on the pitch, will they be that good enough? Will they be that good enough to take those advantages? That will be a huge aspect to watch. The game has begun. It is De Jong who is making his move. That is a long ball for Lamine Yamal. He is inside the box. A push that is. Oh my God, what a save that is. Jimenez saves that goal. Jimenez saves that goal. Lamine Yamal just made his presence good high enough. And what a pass that was. Right footer, that was, I think, Pedri making that. But look at that. Jimenez makes that save good at the Metropolitano. Diogo Simeone's men really have to make those big things to be counting. Diogo Simeone's men really have to make those big guns counting. It is Yamal Amin giving that to Kunde inside the box, getting in. Renildo blocks that. Simeone has done it good. Look at that. Simeone has done it so good on the pitch. Simeone has got that so much good on the pitch. No denying the fact. I mean, to talk about, look at that. It is something big which is cooking over here. Barcelona with this lineup is looking cooking high big. That is their first corner, left footer. That is a curl. My goodness, Musso gets that deflection good. Musso gets that deflection good on the pitch. I mean, Diogo Simone, will he be making those big enough to be talking? That is the thing we need to watch. That is a long ball. It has been given to Lorente. He is high up inside the box. He goes. Alvarez making that. Big moment. Man, good. Look at the speed of the game. Look at the speed of the game. It is looking so dangerous. Look at the speed of the game. Barcelona are staying with that speed, and the Rojiblancos are coping up with that. Back pass that is to Lee Normand. Will he give that to? Yes, he passes that to Renildo. Renildo pass that is inside the box. Renildo trying to get a cut in. Rogi Blancos are playing that big. Rafina has got that. My goodness. Aspilicueta against the likes of Rafina. That is going to be a big one. Look at that. Barcelona are making those passes so good at the Metropolitano in the previous fixture. That is a 4-2 win for them. That is a block. That is a block inside the box. Alvarez. Will he keep that ball? No, denied. This game could end anyway, guys. Any turn this game could take. But I think that is a foul which happened just on the edge of the box. Lamine Yamal, just in the starting 2 minutes, he made those moves. That was good enough, but it was stopped by Gimenez. Aspilicueta is the man staying on those right backs. What is that? It is a yellow card for Gimenez, and the referee on the page, Jose Muniara. Again, he is showing those characters. My God, what is that yellow card for? That is not a happy moment for Simeone's men. Jose Minero controversy. Spanish referee has been cleared of any wrongdoing after the country's football federation looked into a possible conflict of interest between his refereeing and a private sports consultancy. Hope Jose Munioro doesn't make any sort of bad decisions to be on the pitch. On the other hand, to talk about Stuttgart are one up against Leipzig. Oh my God, Leverkusen, they got those exits. In the previous night, it was under the hands of Arminia Bielefeld, the third-tier Bundesliga team. Xabi Alonso's men getting those exits against Leverkusen, and now it is Stuttgart who is one up against Leipzig. Oh my goodness! Stuttgart is under the managerial aspects of Sebastian Hoeneß, but it is Leipzig who has also changed their aspect to Zolt Low, and previously being managed by Marco Rose. That is a big change. What is that? It is Jose Muniara again. Why is he moving to the sidelines? What is that for? He is looking some sort of decisions on the VAR. Aspilicueta against Refina, that tackle being made. Oh my God, Aspilicueta has made that tackle bad. No denying the fact, Aspilicueta really has made that tackle bad. No denying the fact, Aspilicueta has really made that tackle too bad. It is a bad tackle from Aspilicueta. The referee can't take any decisions, boys. Look at the foot of Aspilicueta. He just puts it high on the calf muscles of Rafina. That will be a bad decision. That will be a bad one. Oh my god, the decision has been changed, and that is a no tackle. Oh my god, look at that! The referee decision from Jose Manuera. He suddenly changes that decision, and having a look at the Espilicueta challenge. The referee is now asked to go over to the monitor so he can have. My goodness, that decision has been changed. That decision has been changed, but it is the likes of DAWGS Simeone from the pitch. I mean, from the sidelines, he has been awarded that yellow card for that protest. Jose Muniara, please don't make any sort of bad decision on the pitch. But a good thing for Simeone is that they have got the likes of Koke back into the squad. Will he be the change which will be coming on the second half? Koke is the man. He is back from injuries. Riquelme is there. Samolino, Sørloth, Lemar. Lemar is not much seen for Simeone. I don't know what is left about his future at Rojiblancos. But Metropolitano against the likes of Barcelona 4-4. It was Real Madrid who went on to those 120 minutes in the previous night, and they made it with that header from Rudiger. What is that going to be? De Jong, a bad pass that is. Griezmann intercepts that good. Alvarez making that move. Bad pass from Alvarez. Take that shot, boy. Take that shot. Take that shot, Alvarez. My goodness. Simeone is making those good moves. Simeone is staying on those left wings, and with his left footer, he is making that good. He is making that good. Llorente should have kept that ball. Marcus Llorente should have kept that ball inside the lines. Marcus Llorente should have kept that ball inside the lines. No denying the fact, Marcus Llorente should have kept that ball inside the. Look at that. Let me change this into the happenings, which is there ongoing. A corner being taken. De Paul. Aspilicueta chasing De Jong. Aspilicueta is a slow man on the pitch, and Rafinha is taking those advantages. But Renildo is the man, passing it deep. Musso, chip one. Look at that. Simone is having those tactical changes in it. He has kept the likes of Aspilicueta, Renildo, Lee Normand, Jimenez, Lorente, all on those centre back aspects. Lamine Yamal takes that shot. Oh my god, that left foot of Lamine Yamal hits the far post, I guess. First touch from Lamine Yamal, that was a double touch. Musso was nowhere being able to understand that goal to be happening. That shot to be coming from Lamine Yamal. My goodness, Lamine Yamal is looking as furious as possible in this game. Lamine Yamal has been given those dope by Hansi Flick again. Rafinha up against De Paul. Rafinha has fallen on the pitch. Again, the referee, Jose Muniara, now this time gives that yellow card to De Paul. That is a bad one. Rafinha is time and again having a fall on the pitch. It was the previous one where Aspilicueta got that yellow card. Upon those weird decisions, that decision was taken back. But now it is again De Paul who has been given that yellow card. What is this referee going to show? His circus, his drama, his cinema for this game. De Paul has a touch to Rafina's leg, but I don't think that was about to be changed. That was about to be changed. Diogo Simeone's man has got their second yellow card so far in this game, but now with that free kick being taken, a chip and shot inside the box, Musso gets that deflection. Good. Oh my god, this game could turn anyway. This game could definitely turn anyway. No denying the fact this game could turn anyway. Look at that. Musso gets that deflection so good for that chip in free kick which was being taken. But it was his own man, Jimenez, who was getting a block. It was his own man, Jimenez, who was getting a block. Barsi gets that. Martinez, Pedri, De Jong. Look at that. Lopez is staying high up on the pitch at times. Lopez at times he is staying high up on the pitch. De Jong back passes to Kubarsi, Pina, Pedri. But apart from those counters, Barcelona in those build-ups hasn't yet been able to penetrate inside the box with those build-ups. 15 minutes in the watch. Barcelona has penetrated into the box of the Rojiblancos. The Blaugranas has penetrated, but it is only with those PD counters, but not in those build-ups to be happening from the mid-pitch. That is something which Hansi Flick will be having something in his mind because De Jong is staying deep. Lopez and Pedri are the man. The unavailability of the likes of Dani Olmo, Casado, Mark Benrell, that will be the thing. It is Casado and Olmo, both of them are on injuries, and that is what will be the worry which Hansi Flick is having in his mind. No denying the fact. It is now Griezmann dropping down. Musso this time gets a good clearance. Danilo, the ball again. Barrios, Aspilicueta. Look at that half pant wearing tactics of Aspilicueta. Lorente this time. Balde is the man. He is doing a good job against Lorente. Balde is the man. He is doing that good job against Lorente. This game is looking so tactical and anything can happen. The rivalry is looking in the pitch of football at its epic best. At its epic best. Corner being taken, but it is to deep ball on the sidelines. A chip and shot to the far post. Griezmann is working hard for those goals as well as those chip in shots, but not getting that effective result at the right time. 17 minutes. Still, it is 4-4 on an aggregate. Who will face the Los Blancos, Real Madrid, into the finals? Is it the likes of Barcelona or it is the likes of Atletico? Give your votes on the chat section on the poll which has been pinned. Kunde gets that to De Jong. De Jong is making his moves. Rafinha is staying bait on the mid pitch, whereas Balde is covering on the wings. Renildo, Simeone. Now Renildo is up against Yamal. Yamal is looking too hot to handle for Renildo. Lamine Yamal is looking too hot to handle for Renildo on the pitch. Pedri, Rafinha, block that is. With 5 centre backs, and 3 on the mid pitch. Atletico are stopping anything from those build-ups on those possession gameplays from Barcelona. But will that be good enough at the Metropolitano? Barsi, Kunde, the minimal with his left footer and his body just tilting back, he makes those one touch passes so good at times. It is inside the box. Ferran Torres. Oh my god. Block that is. Lee Normand blocks that. This is on the 18th minute, 30th second, where Barcelona got that perfect build up and penetrated Atletico inside the box. But this time, Lee Normand saves. Lee Normand gets that interception and block. The ball finally reading the gameplay has made that, but a bad pass that is. Barcelona has now started dominating this game and they are not leaving any stones unturned and they are making that anything to be incoming for a goal to be happening. Hansi Flick and his man are looking those marvelous passes again. But red is the color, boys. Pedri, Kunde. I mean, look at that. When Kubasi and Kunde are staying up, it is just the sole presence of Pedri on the mid pitch. But I am not being able to see the involvement which is looking on from the aspects which Barcelona is getting from the likes of Lopez on the pitch. Lopez is not at all getting aligned with the pitch. Jamal again to Kunde inside the box. That is a shot being taken. Kunde misses it. Barcelona are, still now in the past 5 minutes of the gameplay, the Blaugranas are just humiliating Atletico at Metropolitano. Barcelona are humiliating the way they are passing it. Renildo on the left backs is looking like a big blunder. That is what Simeone will be having in his mind. Javi Galan is the option which he has got not being done. Molina is the option which he has got, but it is that left back where Atletico, the Simeone's men are looking struggling on this pitch, and Barcelona are not leaving any stones unturned for making those loopholes look good. Barsi, Martinez again. Martinez being chased by Alvarez. The numbers are not counting for the Rojiblancos. Rojiblancos in the forwards. The numbers are not counting for them. Look at that. It is again inside the box. Ferran Torres, will he make that shot? No, denied. It is the Rojiblancos who are just surviving it inside the box somehow. Somehow they are saving it and nothing is looking from them to make those build-ups look good, and those interceptions from the Rojiblancos are just getting it with those outnumbered men inside the box. That is what Simeone has got in this game. He is not looking for the mid pitch. He is not looking for those attacking aspects. What he is getting is those attacking aspects from Barcelona being outnumbered in his own box. That is Simeone proving too critical. 23 minutes. Lamine Yamal. Nothing of those involvement from Lamine Yamal is now seen in those build-ups, but he and Kunde are pairing up good. Balde again passes that to Martinez. De Jong. Look at that. Rafinha. It is the likes of Pedri. It is the likes of Pedri again, passing that to Kunde. Kunde this time. What a show. Barcelona is giving a perfect cinema and a show for the football lovers on the pitch. Barcelona is giving that perfect football lover show on the pitch. What a game they are showing. My goodness. They are looking more and more lethal as the time is going on. In those build-ups, in those passes, Kubasi now being chased by Alvarez. Sezensi gets that clearance scored. Renildo in or mad, getting those deflections, but he has made a big blunder. It is now to Rafinha. Will he take that shot? Being blocked. Lorente dropping it. Good at the time, gets that block good. Barcelona has put the pedal on the gas and they are giving it anything because they want those goals to be happening in coming. It was the previous leg where at this time the score line, I mean in 24 minutes, it was the score line 2-2 in the previous leg of this semi-final. In the first leg of this semi-final, in the reverse picture, it was 2-2 in 25 minutes. That is a foul. Lamine Yamal has considered a foul. Will that be a yellow card? Jose Muniora this time is not having his hands in the pocket. No, he is going for those VR and Diogo Simeone on the sidelines looking quite dejected. Look at that. Lamine Yamal with that tackle he made to Barrios, that was something a card to be shown. That was something a card to be shown. Ooh. It is the last yellow card which DePaul has been shown, and on the other hand, it was Aspilicueta. Two of the yellow cards Monero has shown for the Roger Blancos, but none for the Blaugranas. Pedri, Barsi, Valdez, Sezensi, Kunde again. Look at that. This time I am now seeing the involvement of Lopez. Lopez is making those involvement looking good. It is Balde again. Getting that. Martinez. De Jong. Look at that involvement. It is the likes of De Jong who is moving high up on the pitch and Pedri sensing that, dropping that good. But the Roger Blancos are not taking that advantage where De Jong is moving high up on the pitch. Simeone's man is just counting the numbers deep in their center backs. Look at that. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 safeguarding the center back lines, and it is, my goodness, that is a marvel. That is a marvel. This goal, Barcelona getting it, they penetrated into the box of the Roger Blancos. That was something, a humiliation for Atletico Madrid. No denying the fact, this goal coming in from Barcelona, it was a marvelous goal. What a pass that was, and Ferran Torres clinically converting it that good. It was something which Atletico just failed to stop it. Lamine Yamal passing that so good. He took that into those three players. It was DePaul, it was Renildo who was high up. Jimenez couldn't take those pacey runs. But look at that. Ferran Torres gets that sliding right footer. Musso was quite high up. That is a marvelous gameplay. That is something which you don't see in the pitch of football. That is something, a PlayStation. That is something, an Xbox game which is happening. Barcelona with Hansi Flick showing those marvelous gameplays. You can't deny that, boy. That was a superb masterclass. Lamine Yamal making those passes into the box. But Renildo is not proving that good. Renildo is not proving that good. Renildo is the man. He is not looking at all good. Renildo on the left backs is proving a bad disaster. That is, I mean, Samolino, will he be that option? Javi Galan was humiliated by Lamine Yamal. Molina coming in, will that be the option? It is Yamal again getting that to Lopez. Alvarez this time speeding up high, but in the speed also they are being overtaken. Barcelona are getting those dope speed, those dope passes. I think that will be a 5 or 6 goals. They can get it. Lamine Yamal again. Look at that. He has got that inside the box. Rafinha, will he take that shot? What is that? Blunder. Oof. Atletico are making big blunders and their nerves are not making that good. It could have been that second goal. It is that big blunder which is happening, and it is somehow they have managed and escaped from that second goal which was incoming. Look at that. I mean, Umal Renildo is proving a big blunder. Renildo is making a big blunder on the left back. Look at that back heel from Pedri as well. Lenormand getting that clearance but not having the feel of the presence where the players are having. What is that? Atletico are being humiliated. The way they are playing, especially Renildo on the left back, they are being humiliated. It will be the worries of Alvarez and Griezmann if the Blaugranas are going to get that second goal. It will be a big worry. De Jong again gets to Rafinha. Rafinha is not showing those good skills. He's staying on the mid page, but Lamine Yamal again. Look at that. Now this time Renildo gets that block good. Again a yellow card that is for Renildo. Renildo again has got that yellow card. My goodness. This referee Monero, he is Jose Monero, time and again getting those yellow cards. It is looking disastrous already. Atletico are down by 1 goal on an aggregate of 5-4. Now they have got their third yellow card in this game. All the worries for Diogo Simeone on the pitch. All the worries for Diogo Simeone on the pitch. No denying the fact. Renildo on the left back is looking a big disaster. It is a free kick being taken. Musso on the far post. Pedri or Yamal. Yamal takes that onto the first post. That is a header deflection. Whew. Renildo is looking a big disaster, guys. Renildo is on the left backs is looking a big disaster, and Lamine Yamal is humiliating Renildo on the left backs. Still, they have got Robert Lewandowski to be incoming. Pedri taking that corner. Goes that for Yamal. Back to De Jong. Balde. What a dreamy shot. Balde is looking for this dreamy big shot far off from the ball. Oh my god. Balde has got the feeling of the game in his muscles and he takes that shot so far from the box. And no worries for Musso. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. My goodness. Pedri, Yamal. They are making those Superman jumping, flying interceptions on the pitch. This time, Alvarez is the man hurt on the pitch. No decisions being taken. No decisions being taken by the referee on the pitch. It is the likes of Jose Munora not giving any cards. He is not giving any cards to be made. Look at that. It was Pedri who stepped on to the boots of Alvarez, but Jose Muniro not giving any card for that. Free kick being awarded for the Rojiblancos. Griezmann with his left footer. That is a header. Lee Normat takes that. My God. No way near the fray would work to be happening. How is this going to be? How is this going to be? If this game is going to be this way, it is looking to be a big disaster. But Diogo Simeone's men are really unpredictable at times. Will they make that? On the other hand, Milan and the likes of Inter, it is the likes of the Rossoneri's who are one up. It is the likes of Rossoneri's who has got that one goal so far. Tammy Abraham getting that goal. It is Stuttgart and Leipzig, the game which is as well going on. Look at that. It is Stuttgart 2, Leipzig 1. Oh my God. Stuttgart has scored a goal. Stuttgart got that previous goal, but Leipzig now has managed to get that. Liverpool and Everton, on the other hand, to talk about this game which is going on in the Premier League, it is still goalless. Manchester City and Leicester, Van Nistelrooy against Guardiola. What is that cooking? Guardiola, oh my God, 2-0. Guardiola are looking back. Guardiola is looking back. Over here, what is that going to be? The main aspects of our watch along is the likes of Atletico against Barcelona for this second leg of the semi-final of the Copa del Rey, and the likes of Milan against Inter. Red is the color, boys. Red is the color. And give your votes on the chat section for the poll. Who is going to get that win out of the Coppa Italia as well as the Copa del Rey? Nice pass that is, as Piliqueta somehow gives that. It is to the mid pitch. Alvarez getting in. Good. Griezmann is lacking that speed. Now it is Frankie de Jong getting that yellow card. This is the first card which has been awarded to Barcelona by the referee on the page, Jose Monero. But the goal which Barcelona has got, that was a marvelous one. Kunde with that free kick. Look at that speed, man. Look at that speed. What is Barcelona players getting that in those training sessions? Look at that speed. Look at that speed. Everywhere, the men who are in those light green jerseys, they are moving on the pitch everywhere. Look at that. The men in the light green, they are moving everywhere on the pitch consistently. And look at that aspect. But primarily to be talking about, Rafina now drops that as Piliqueta senses it. Good. Deep ball, a bad tackle that is. De Jong moving high up. That is a bad pass. De Jong, that is a bad pass from De Jong. From the likes of Atletico, it is the Lenormand who is really having a good sense of this game and he is getting those good tackles. But from the likes of Renildo, he is struggling big. Renildo is struggling big. Kowasi goes for Martinez. Martinez not keeping the ball in his position, going for those lofted ones. When is the time where the Atletico are going to have the read of the game good? Martinez again, look at that. It is a lofted one from him. In the mid pitch, DePaul is seen struggling at times. It is Jamal again getting that to Rafinha inside the box. Rafinha takes that shot. My God. Musso this time makes that save good. Oh my goodness. Look at that. This time Musso saves that from Rafinha. But Lamine Yamal is being left unmarked. Lamine Yamal in this game is being left unmarked. Diogo Simeone's man is not doing that good job and they are leaving Lamine Yamal unmarked on the pitch. Normat to Ronaldo. Griezmann is also looking struggling on the pitch for today. Griezmann is also looking struggling on the pitch for today. On the other hand, AC Milan, red is the color boys. Tammy Abraham getting that goal in the starting of the second half at San Siro. Milan is 1 and Inter is 0. That is a good one. Tammy Abraham getting that. Oh my god, look at that. It is Blaugrana again getting that to Rafinha. What is that? Renildo this time gets a block safe into the hands of Musso. How is this game going to be unfolding? Atletico are not looking 40 minutes, 37 seconds on the watch to be precise. Not a single opportunity Atletico has so far got in this game to be upcoming for them. And Renildo is looking a big disaster on the left backs. Lamine Yamal is taking the advantage of that age-old wine Renildo. And Simeone on the sidelines having a fall by that aspect from Renildo. This time Musso is going to take that long free kick. Musso goes it good. Kunde getting that header. Those headers, in those passes, in those aerial duels, everything. Barcelona is winning everything in this game to be talking about. No denying the fact. Look at that. It is 9 shots which they have taken, 2 on target. But all those 9 shots were looking lethal. And a position of 68%. Barcelona is having 32% from Atletico, and Atletico hasn't got a single shot on target. That is humiliating at the Metropolitano. This is looking humiliating. 1 yellow card for Barcelona, 3 for Atletico Madrid. Jose Monero making those decisions good. That is also the aspect to watch. All the playmaking is coming from Lamine Yamal, but now I think Atletico are sensing that playmaking from Lamine Yamal. Espilicueta, good block that is. Espilicueta is not getting that big opportunity, but it is those slow defenders as Piliqueta as well as the likes of Renildo, both of them are the worries which Diego Simeone is having on the pitch. That is a foul. Ball is off for a throw. De Jong this time winning it. Renildo up against Lamine Yamal. What is Renildo trying to do in this game? What is Renildo trying to do in this game? I'm not being able to understand what is Renildo trying to do in this game. He is making those bad aspects to be counting. What is that which is Renildo trying to do in this game? Damn it, you are not being able to man mark that man. You are giving that opportunity to Lamine Yamal on the pitch to be making those moves, and you are not getting that aspect. And on the other hand, Kunde, every time he is getting those headers so good. Jose Maniero, the referee on the pitch, he is. Look at that jump from Kunde. Look at that jump from Kunde. That is a free kick being taken fast. Julian Alvarez straight into the hands of Sezensi. And AC Milan, on the other hand, still having that comfort of one goal against the likes of Inter in the first leg of the semi-final of the Coppa Italia at San Siro. Hope they keep this lead and add one or two more goals. But over here, Atletico against Barcelona, my goodness, 5-4 is the aggregate. And Simeone's men are looking struggling at bad. Simeone's men are looking struggling at bad. What is that which is happening? What is that which is happening? Every time Atletico players are looking at Jose Monero to make those decisions in those counters for those blocks, and they are losing up on the mid pitch. Yes, that was, but Pedri, his hand was close to his body. Atletico Madrid are looking humiliated on the pitch, and they are somehow trying to just stop the flow of the game. 45 minutes are up, 3 minutes of added time in the first half. 3 minutes of added time, a short corner being taken. Rafinha, Yamal, both of them. Rafinha with that cross, Kunde taking that header. Nowhere near the post to be carrying it. Oh my god, again that is a corner being awarded. Yes, the ball was out of the line and it has been awarded a corner. Rafinha left footer, grounded shot, bad corner being taken. That is a bad corner being taken from Rafinha. Again, a short corner. Rafinha goes that to Yamal. Look at that position. Alvarez winning that good. My goodness, Jose Monero every time. Now he has given that yellow card to Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez gets that tackle to Lamine Yamal, but Yes, that was definitely bad. Julian Alvarez pulls the jersey from the back of Lamine Yamal to stop him, and Jose Mourinho not leaving any stones unturned for offering yellow cards for the Roger Blancos. Oh my goodness. This game is taking a big toll, guys. This game is taking a big toll. Again, a free kick. Afina, Pedri, both having a view. The ball is few meters off from the box. Afina takes that good one. Interception. It is good. Take that free kick fast, boys. Take that free kick fast. 3 minutes of added time is up. Oh my god. Look at that. Kubasi up against the likes of Alvarez on the pitch. Jose Mourinho every time. Look at that. It was Simeone who was stopped by Kubasi. Was that the thing which was looking? Look at that. That is a big foul. Balde just pushes Simeone and he was being blocked by Kubasi, but no cards being shown. Man, this is looking cinematic in the Copa del Rey semifinals. This is looking cinematic. Barcelona are no doubt playing their good game, but it is also the role of the referee on the pitch, Jose Mourinho, making those bad decisions and taking those big. Look at that. It is Jose Mourinho. Let me put this man on the screen. Let me just put this man on the screen. How is he looking to be doing good? Let me just put this man on the screen. Yes, come my boy, you now look good on the screen. Look at that. It is this man, Jose Mourinho, the referee on the pitch. He is looking hilarious. He is looking hilarious. No doubt this man is looking damn hilarious on the pitch. No denying the fact this man is looking damn hilarious on the pitch. You can't deny that. I will also take a short 1 minute break, guys. I will also take a short 1 minute break and I will be back. This man, Jose Mourinho, he is the referee on the pitch and he is taking a big toll of the Roger Blancos. No denying the fact. Will this be the end of La Liga to be happening? But in this game, to talk about the yellow cards which were being awarded, but look at these stats. That is bit disheartening. Atletico with those referral decisions they will be talking about. DAWGS Simeone will now say that he has been given those referral decisions from this man, Jose Mourinho, and that is the reason why Rafinha and Lamine Yamal and the likes of Hansi Flick's man getting 9 shots, 2 on target, 70% possession, 279 passes, 87% pass accuracy. Oh my god. 11 fouls but 1 yellow card, whereas Atletico with just 5 fouls getting 4 yellow cards. Look at these stats. 5 fouls from Atletico and they have got 4 yellow cards, whereas Barcelona with 11 fouls getting 1 yellow card. My goodness, this referee is looking a dope. This referee is looking a big dope on the pitch. You can't deny that. This referee is looking a big dope. But on an aggregate, it is still 5-4 Barcelona leading that. But Atletico got a big chance. They could have converted it. Atletico got a big chance. They could have definitely converted it. Whereas Barcelona has got 3 big chances. 2 of them they have missed. But this is the man, Jose Mourinho on the pitch. He is making that bad to be happening. And yes, I will be just back in 1 minute of break. I will take a short break and I will be back. Stay tuned to it, guys. I will just take a short 1 minute break. and I will be back. I will take a short break of 1 minute. What a watch we will have. How is this game going to be turning for the Roger Blancos Atletico? Are they somehow going to make that happen? Are they somehow going to make that happen? I don't think so that Atletico with this they will get any sort of chances. The way they have played in the first half, that has been looking quite disheartening. That is looking quite disheartening. No denying the fact that is looking quite disheartening. The way Atletico are playing. I mean, let me just put the stats on it. This is this man, Jose Mourinho, time and again taking those decisions, but Atletico to be talking about with those, I mean, in the lineups, if we first have a look at that. It is the lineup which is seen struggling from DAWGS man. No denying the fact it is Alvarez not getting those moves. Kunde, Kubasi, Martinez just blocking it. Griezmann not getting those opportunities good enough. His passes as well as his crosses are not looking it bit clinical to be happening, but it is Atletico who are struggling in the mid pitch. Barrios, De Paul, struggling it bad. Renildo is the man. Lamine Yamal is just overtaking Renildo by any means. And those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat section for the poll. Finally, who is moving on to the finals to meet Los Blancos? Will that be Simeone's man again? Or it will be the likes of Barcelona again, because Atletico, with those big fixtures in the month of March, facing Real Madrid twice, facing Barcelona for the fourth time in 1 month, six of the big games which Atletico were having, and apart from that, they were the La Liga fixtures where they draw against Espanyol and against the likes of Getafe, they had a loss. They have dropped down the points in the La Liga table as well. See, Diogo Simeone's man, the month of March 2025, that was a big disaster for them. That was definitely a big disaster. Look at that, Barcelona with Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, they are looking quite lethal in this. From Atletico, I would say it is only Lee Normand and Gimenez who are getting those blocks. Espilicueta is having that talent of defensive awareness in him, but his speed as well as his strength is looking quite good enough against Rafinha, not giving those opportunities. But Lorente at times not getting those opportunities to move high up against Balde, as well as the likes of Renildo. I don't think that Yamal and Kunde, Renildo will be good enough in those attacking aspects with those speeds to be talking. This is the thing which is definitely getting it back. But the stats, if we talk about, let me put those stats on the pitch. Look at that. These stats are looking bit disheartening. The stats are looking bit disheartening. That is a big disheartening aspect which in the lineups Simeone's man has got into it. I mean, whom is he going to get those substitutions? Renildo not getting it good against Yamal, Lorente not moving high up, but I think it is the mid pitch where Barrios needs more company. Barrios needs more company because De Jong, Pedri, Lopez, they are making it good. They are making those aspects good, but Simeone on the mid pitch, will that be the substitution which will be done by the senior Simeone, dropping his own blood from the starting lineups into the second half? That will be the aspect. And from the likes of Barcelona, they are not having the presence of Dani Olmo and Casado on the mid pitch. Will that be the thing happening in the second half? Because Atletico, after those 65 minutes in on the watch, will be making those advancing aspects. But look at this disheartening stats. I mean, Atletico won't be happy by Barcelona getting that one goal, but I would say that Diogo Simeone's men will be happy that Barcelona has just got a single goal out of it, because Barcelona in the stats, look at that, it is three big chances they have got, two they have missed, but a total of 10 shots they have taken, two on target, but three big chances where two big chances have been missed, one of them converting it. Atletico hasn't made those advancements high up in those attacking aspects, and they haven't made those statements. They haven't made those statements good enough to be talking into this game. I think Diogo Simeone will be happy. I mean, down by one goal, it is not the thing which will be happy, but only considering one goal at Metropolitano, they will be giving those edge performances after those 65 minutes. That will be the thing. Look at that cluster. Barcelona making those miracles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots, 7 shots inside the box. three from outside the box. Then it will be Hansi Flick's man. Will they be seen struggling in the second half for the Roger Blancos to be advancing it into the finals to face Real Madrid? But again, I would say apart from this lineup, it is time and again which the refereeing aspect from this man Jose Mourinho has been really looking bad. This man Jose Mourinho, his decision on the pitch has been looking bad. The decisions of this man Jose Mourinho, I mean the stats if we talk about, look at that, it is quite disheartening. It is a total of 11 fouls which Barcelona has committed and only a single yellow card, De Jong being awarded, whereas Atletico Madrid committing only 6 fouls and 4 yellow cards have been awarded. That is something big disheartening from the referee on the pitch, Jose Mourinho. Barcelona are really playing that game good, but with this sole goal, will that be good enough to get past Atletico, or will this game end into those extra time, or will this go into those penalties as well? Because last night, the previous night, it was Real Madrid getting that Rudiger's header goal into those extra time, late extra time was the 4-3 against Real Sociedad, where they moved to the finals. But the referral aspects, look at that. It was Espilicueta who was given that yellow card. It was a bad tackle to Rafinha, and after those VR, no change was made into those decisions. It was again Rodrigo Paul making those tackles to Rafinha again. That was the yellow card which they got. It was the goal which happened from Ferran Torres. It was marvelous. That pass which Lamine Yamal made it. He found that space into the pitch, passed that to Ferran Torres, and Ferran Torres clinically finishing it high up against Musso. Marvelous. It was Renildo again getting those yellow cards. He was furious. I mean, Jose Mourinho, the referee on the pitch, not awarding him a red card. I don't think that Renildo should take those risks. And after that, it was Frankie de Jong getting that yellow card from Barcelona, that sole yellow card which has been awarded to them after those 11 tackles, 11 fouls being made. My goodness. And finally, it was Julian Alvarez getting those yellow cards, but it was the likes of, I mean, Balde getting those tackles to Alvarez, pushing him, and it was Kubarsi who just had a collision with Alvarez. Was that intentional? But no cards yet being given by Jose Monero on the pitch. What is that going to happen? This is the Copa del Rey final leg between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, and in such a critical fixture, Jose Monero, the man on the pitch, in those decisions is bit hilarious. And on the other hand, Milan and Inter, oh my goodness, red is the color, but at San Siro, it is AC Milan who are one and Inter who are one. Both of them are playing it good, but it is the first leg of the Coppa Italia. The second leg, we will be watching it more deeply into it, but for today, it is the likes of Atletico against the likes of Barcelona. That will be the thing. The second half is about to begin, but looking at that referee, Jose Monero on the pitch, that is looking too bad, too bad. Any changes being made? And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat station for the poll. Who is going to get the win out of this Coppa Italia as well as the Copa del Rey? Has there been any changes being made by Simeone? No changes. The same lineup, both the managers, Simeone as well as Hansi Flick, are sticking to in this game. Both of them are sticking to the same lineup. No changes being made. Renildo is off and Sørloth has come onto the pitch. That is the change which Simeone has made into this. That is a cross. Griezmann, will he make that? Sørloth, will he test that? Miss. That is a bad miss. Now Atletico are talking. Look at that. It is the aerial passes which you want to be happening, but Griezmann is not looking that good and lethal in the form. It is the sole substitution. Javi Galan is in. Cesar Aspilicueta is out. Simeone has made those changes, guys. Simeone has made those changes. Three changes. It is Longlet coming in, Aspilicueta moving out, Renildo moving out, Javi Galan coming in, and Simeone moving out, Sørloth coming in. The three changes which Simeone has made it. These are the three changes which Simeone has made in. Simeone is out, Longlet is in, Aspilicueta is out, Javi Galan is in. Reinforcements on the left backs, reinforcements on the left mid pitch, and Renildo is also out and Sørloth is in. It is now Sørloth moving high up. Will he get that to Griezmann? Make it that pass, boy. Griezmann inside that. My goodness. Griezmann has just missed it into the open nets to be striking, but the flags were raised. The flags were raised. Martinez was doing that defensive trap good. Griezmann is struggling in this game, guys. Griezmann is really struggling in this game. No denying the fact Griezmann is really struggling in this game. De Jong, Kubarsi, Pedri, passes going on. Unde. I mean, Hansi Flick's men are just relying on those passes, but it is the numbers counting from Atletico where they are not making it counting. In the mid pitch again, deep ball, a bad pass. Deep ball is struggling, Griezmann is struggling. Rafinha makes that inside the box. Lenormand, interception. Llorente. Griezmann again. The mid pitch. Simeone has made those changes, bringing in Galan, bringing in Longlet, bringing in Sørloth, but the mid pitch of DePaul, Griezmann, Barrios are struggling it. No denying the fact they are struggling it. They are not even counting the numbers good. Gimenez again. Left footer from Galan to Sørloth. Sørloth is the man. Will he be making that move? Alvarez pressing it high up. Agency gets that to Martinez. Balde blocks, that is. Llorente this time gets a block. Oh my god. He changes by Simeone. The first lineup, he must not be happy. That is what the three changes have come in. But the substitutions which Hansi Flick will be not getting is the likes of Dani Olmo, Mal Bernal, Casado, all are injured. But still, he has got the likes of Araujo, Xavi, Pablo Torre, Ansu Fati, Pau Victor. Lewandowski is yet to come on the pitch. Sørloth missed a big chance. Sørloth missed a big chance, as well as Griezmann into it. De Paul had a deflection to Llorente. Back to Musso. Musso gets that good to Jalan. Jalan is now making his moves good. The Normand. finding deep ball. Deep ball is not even able to make those turns on the mid pitch. He is just passing everything, whatever he is coming on to the centre backs. Kalan again. He is up against Kunde. He is showing those skills. That is a big opportunity, Griezmann, but a long lofted pass. Javi Galan is making those characters good. Javi Galan is showing his character good upon his substitution. But will that be the thing which is going to be happening? Will that be the thing which is going to be happening? Javi Galan is making those inside the box, gets it. Oh my goodness. Sørloth misses that big. Atletico made that. It was finally De Paul who struggled and made that. Sørloth with his left footer. It was only Szczesny to beat. Just couldn't get into the nets. Just couldn't get it good into the nets. Sørloth, that was a big giveaway chance we has just missed. But Xavi Galan, this type of play against Lamine Yamal, that is what we want to be happening. Competition is going now looking good. Still down by one goal. Will that be sufficient enough? Also, Lorente this time getting those clearances. Look at that, Griezmann dropping down so late. Lorente, Rafinha. It was Lamine Yamal with that shot, but Xavi Galan not making those good moves. There is now three centre backs which Simone has been seen stuck into. Lenormand, Gimenez, as well as the likes of Longlet. Now they are making it wide. Now they are seen making it wide. It is again Griezmann getting it into the box. Now they are talking the numbers. Now look at that. Now Atletico are talking the numbers. Minimal speeding up has got back to De Jong. Block that is composed. This second half, 53 minutes, 20 seconds on the watch. Atletico are now looking composed. In the mid pitch, they are still struggling. Barrios getting that to Alvarez. Kalan is high up. Kalan gets it inside the box for Griezmann. De Jong blocks it, but at the cost of a corner. That is what Simeone's men need to do. That is what Simeone's men needs to do. Corner incoming. Get that header. Sørloth is inside the box. Will he get that header? My goodness. DePaul again with that header opportunity. Longlet was the man for that header, but not sufficient enough to get that good touch into it. Not sufficient enough to get that good touch into it. I mean, Longlet hasn't got that goal with Barcelona so far. Is that man good enough? Lamine Yamal again getting that. Rafinha, will he take that shot? Block. Musso gets that block. Atletico are now showing that good character. That is what which we want in the pitch of football to be happening. corner for Blaugrana. Header interceptions come good for Atletico. Atletico can't afford to get any more goals in this. Atletico can't afford to get any more goals into this. That will be a big disheartening aspect if Atletico are going to get any sort of more goals into this because their mid pitch is really struggling. That is, oh my god, Lopez was there, but he couldn't get that first touch goal. Lamine Yamal is looking injured, guys. Lamine Yamal is looking injured. Lamine Yamal is looking injured on the pitch. Hansi Flick will now have to make those substitutions. Lamine Yamal is looking injured on the pitch. He is looking suffering with that pain. Hansi Flick is he going to make those substitutions? Musso gets that good. Lamine Yamal is seen limping on the pitch. Will that be the substitution incoming? Lamine Yamal is seen limping on the pitch. Oh my god, Lamine Yamal has instructed on the sidelines for no substitutions. Lamine Yamal on the sidelines has instructed for no substitutions. Now Molina is coming up. Now Molina is seen coming up. Lorente is now dropped and Molina has been brought in. Four changes. Simeone has made four changes. Still now 57 minutes on the watch. Now it is Hansi Flick going for those changes. Kubarsi is the man dropping down. Kubarsi is out. It is the likes of Eric Garcia who has made it. Araujo is the man coming in. My goodness, Lopez is out. Lopez is out. Look at those tactical changes. It is Lopez out. Eric Garcia coming in, more of those defensive aspects. Kubarsi moving in, Ronald Araujo coming in. My goodness, the unavailability of Dani Olmo and Casado are the two substitutions, Eric Garcia and Ronald Araujo, which Hansi Flick is now sticking to in this game. Griezmann again. Pass that to Molina, my boy. Pass that. Yes, a quick throw being taken. Molina. Deep ball. My goodness. My goodness. This man, Jose Mourinho, is leaving no stones unturned for getting those yellow cards. It was a tackle which Molina made, and Molina made that tackle to Garcia, and he has been awarded a yellow card just 2 minutes into the substitution. Molina came into the pitch and he has been given that yellow card. Simeone will be having those struggles again. Molina making his presence on the pitch in just 2 minutes gets that yellow card from the referee. My goodness, Jose Monero is getting those big moments. Injuries are a worry for Hansi Flick for this game. But so far in the stats, they have been looking decent. But look at that. It is 13 fouls which Barcelona has committed. And only one yellow card has been awarded. Whereas Atletico with 9 tackles getting 5 yellow cards. That is big disheartening. Hansi Flick is seen drinking something out of that bottle on the sidelines. Is Garcia the man in need of substitutions? He is seen limping. Lamine Yamal was seen limping as well. It is Araujo and Kunde and Martinez. Petri passes not looking that good. Blocked by Jimenez. Back to Musso. Is Molina, Lorente safeguarding the right back aspects. Quick throw from Lorente. Molina takes that quick. Deep ball is struggling whilst Deep ball is looking struggling. Look at that. Deep ball is looking struggling on the mid pitch. Lorente back to Musso. Lorente passes that good to Musso again. Galan. Alvarez. Alvarez being tackled by Araujo, but no cards being shown. Look at that. Araujo makes that tackle, but no cards being shown. And on the other hand, is Milan and Inter, which has ended in a 1-1 draw. Milan and Inter has ended in a 1-1 draw. That is all. We will close that stream over here. Unfortunately, AC Milan hasn't been able to get that win against Inter at San Siro. That is the full time for the first leg for the Milan Derby, but over here, Atletico hasn't been able to get that goal. 4 shots being taken, none on target. It is 63 minutes on the watch to be precise. Not a single shot being taken on target by Atletico so far on the pitch. That too at the home of Metropolitano. Barrios being tackled by Kunde. Oh my god, Barrios is down to the pitch. Look at that. What is that? Diego Simeone is wearing that. It is looking a bit weird. What is that dress which Simeone is wearing on the sidelines? Was that is that looking like a bed sheet or what is that? Look at that dress which Simeone is wearing on the sidelines. Look at that dress which Simeone is wearing on the sidelines. What is that? It is looking something like a big bed sheet. Look at that. It is Simeone on the sidelines. Look at that. He is wearing that. What is that which Simeone is wearing on the sidelines? 65 minutes on the watch. Still, Atletico hasn't been able to register a single shot on target. My goodness, how is that going to happen? Lenormand, Jimenez, Longland, three of them are now making those defending aspects to the box. Barrios, Lorente again. That is a foul. That is a foul. Balde has committed a foul, but no cards being given. Look at that. Balde committed a bad foul on the pitch, but this referee, Jose Monero, is not giving any cards. Look at that. Balde made that tackle to Molina. Molina just was lofted and tossed high up on the pitch, but no cards being given. Only a free kick is being given, but no cards. Again, Garcia making those tackles. But Jose Monero is the man not giving any cards. This is the man. Just have a look at him. He is not giving any cards with those tackles. Which Blaugrana I'm making that? Gimenez again. Lorente. Barrios. Take that chip in shot, boy. Sørloth is there. DePaul is there. Take that chip in shot. My God, every time Atletico are looking predictable, making those moves on the right wings. Lina gets that to Griezmann. Oh my God. Rafinha gets a shoulder push tackle. DePaul back to Lorente. Gimenez. Longlet. Lorente making his move good. This time gets DePaul. Good build up looking in. Back to Lorente. Get it to Alvarez, boy. Get it to Alvarez. My God. Clinical. The final thirds and the fourths, the passes which they are making is not looking happening. Is not looking happening. That is not at all looking happening. That is looking disgusting from Atletico. I mean, the fixtures which they have played, two against the Real Madrid, four against Barcelona, they are now looking struggling at. They are down with those energies. Not even their legs are put on those pedals. That is a foul. Balde has committed a foul. Please give him that card. Now he has been given. Now it is the likes of Jose Minero finally giving that yellow card for Balde. My God. This referee, he is making such ugly decisions on the pitch. No denying the fact. Finally, look at that. Balde came in like a snake crawling on the pitch and he somehow entangled to the legs of Molina. Now he has been given that yellow card by this man, Monero, on the pitch. Alvarez, he gets that. Sørloth, make that shot. Got it! Sørloth has got it into the nets and the scores have been... What? The flags are raised. Oh my God, the flags are raised. Was Sørloth? Oh my God. Sørloth was offside. Yes, I think he was. Sørloth was offside into that. Was that going to be a VR check? No VR check is being done. Oh my goodness. It is now Alvarez again. Moving high up. Blocked by Kunde. It is in the mid pitch. Now Atletico are making good moves. Sørloth again. To the wings. Molina. Griezmann. That was close, my boy. That was close. It is from the inner centre back lines where Atletico have to make that good. Look at that. Griezmann was again offside. Griezmann was again offside into that. No denying the fact. Griezmann was again offside into that. This man is leaving no stones unturned, Jose Monero, and he is not getting any of those good decisions in favor of Atletico. Molina getting those clearances. I mean, it is a worry for Atletico as well because they haven't got the likes of Angel Correa to be coming in. Will they bring in Samuel Lino, Gallagher, Coke, Riquelme? Will they be making those substitutions? And when is Hansi Flick going to bring in Robert Lewandowski? because Barcelona in their fixtures talking about they will face Dortmund. I mean, after the game in La Liga against Real Betis at home, they will face Dortmund, then Leganes, and in between again Dortmund for the away leg. Dortmund are having those big fixtures. They will face Barcelona, and in between it is likes of Bayern they will be facing. Will Dortmund be crushed, or it will be likes of Barcelona who will be crushed? That is the another aspect to be watched. I mean, what is that DAWGS wearing those bedsheet type on his waist? Is he carrying a machine gun into that? He will be blowing off this man, Jose Monero, after those controversial decisions after the game. What is that which he is hiding inside that big bedsheet type of dress worn on his vest? It is for Molina again. Molina gets that too. Alvarez, De Paul crosses it to the far post, but it is a predicted move. The moves, Barcelona playing their fourth fixture against Atletico are reading those moves so good, but in the second half, Atletico has been looking decent at least. I mean, not a single shot on target which Atletico has been able to register so far. Two shots, but both of them the flags were raised. Still, no worries for Hansi Flick. Lewandowski is the man seen warming up on the sidelines. Yes, he has put on his jersey as well. There's Pedri making that move. Rafinha, Ferran Torres. Ball is off for a throw. The ball is off for a throw. How is this game going to unfold? This will be a big watch to have. And yes, those of you who are watching this, give your votes on the chat whether the Rossoneri, I mean, that game between AC Milan and Inter, it has ended in a draw at San Siro, and it is at the Metropolitano. Atletico are one down. It is Ferran Torres now has been sacrificed, and Robert Lewandowski coming in. Lewandowski has come on to the pitch. Lewandowski just 15 seconds into the move. But look at that, Lamine Yamal is not making those moves good up. I think he is a bit injured, but he hasn't asked for those substitutions. Garcia Pedri on the mid pitch. It is the mid pitch where Atletico are struggling. It is the mid pitch where Atletico are seen struggling. The way Lamine Yamal moved with the ball glued onto his legs, Atletico are seen struggling. It is the mid pitch where Atletico are seen struggling. 75 minutes on the watch. Atletico has got three big chances, three chances missed. They haven't been able to register a shot on target so far. Atletico hasn't been able to register a shot on target so far. They haven't been able to register a single shot on the nets. My goodness, Jimenez, man, with those big pictures are looking just drunk. Griezmann finally winning that corner. Araujo getting that interception now has considered corner incoming. Gimenez, Sørloth all inside the box. What a good goal that is. I mean, the way Blaugrana players were holding Atletico inside the box in that corner being taken, but again, the referee on the pitch, my goodness, Jose Menero not taking any decisions with that. It is Atletico who are fighting up against 12 men, not 11. It is those 12 men, and this is the 12th man, Jose Menero, who is playing it for the Blaugrana. Jamal De Jong, Kunde, back to Sensi, Lewandowski trying to win that challenge. Back to Muso. Muso getting that clearance good. Araujo, Kunde, that will be bit subjective if Sørloth is trying to get past into it. No presence of Angel Correa so far. But why is Simeone not bringing up Gallagher on the pitch? Why is he not bringing up Koke back from the injuries? Why is he not bringing up Samuel Lino as well? Riquelme as well? 78 minutes on the watch. Balde again gets that to Rafina. De Jong, Garcia, Kunde. That is a major fault, but blocked. Longlet blocks that good. Look at those passes Yamal is making on those pitch. Caesar's paint passes. He is making it look so good. Caesar paint passes. He is making it look so good on the pitch. Corner being taken. Bad corner that was. Minimal. It was Rafina to Lewandowski. What a lofted that one was to Lewandowski. And none of the Roger Blancos were man marking Lewandowski with that. Legs are not giving up. Molina trying to get Lorente, but the legs are not giving up. Agency with that goal kick, long one, that is off for a throw. Barrios now getting Galan. Griezmann, left footer that is. Ah, Griezmann is not making those crosses good enough today, boys. Griezmann is not making those crosses good enough. It is the high time Simeone needs to make those changes again. He has to make those changes. Either Riquelme or Samelino needs to be brought in onto the left part of the pitch. Lewandowski is down. Is he hurt? Look at that. It was a bad tackle which Jimenez gets that to Lewandowski. Finally, Griezmann has been substituted in this game. Finally, it is Griezmann who has been substituted. Finally, Griezmann has been substituted. Oh my god. Riquelme has been brought into the gameplay and Griezmann has been dropped. There's now only Alvarez and Sørloth on those starting frontier. Deep ball. Molina again. Riquelme. Deep ball. What is he trying to do? Deep ball. Time and again. What is deep ball trying to do? Gimenez interception. Good. Deep ball gets it. Good. Barrios. Galan. Back to Barrios. Where is that man on the mid page who is going to take that? Where is that man on the mid page who is getting those TDT, who will make those midfield presence? It is that midfield presence which Atletico are struggling at time and again. Lenglet gets that to Galan. Lorente, the left mid page, gets it good. Galan going in. Alvarez back passes that to Lenglet. It is that position which is being held and deep ball again. It is deep ball again, missing that. Deep ball is seen struggling, missing it. Lamine Yamal takes that shot, blocked from Gimenez, interception, deflection one, straight into the hands of Musso. 82 minutes, 8 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Will this referee Jose Moreno be giving any extra, any sort of stoppage time? Alvarez, Riquelme, look at that. The ball is not even just being able to move his ass on the pitch. Look at that. The ball is not even being able to move his ass on the pitch. It's those results which Atletico getting six major fixtures in the month of March and this 3rd of April. In just a month, facing Barcelona 4 times and Real Madrid twice, as well as two more fixtures in the La Liga. They are looking struggling. They are looking struggling from anything. If Barcelona are going to get that second goal, it will be a bad one. Alvarez this time gets it good. Galan, take that shot, boy, man. Kunde blocks that. Kunde blocks that good. Galan again. Lorente. Alvarez. Riquelme. DePaul. DePaul is struggling, man. From the start of the stream, I am saying DePaul is struggling at big time. Rodrigo DePaul is not in the best of his form and he is struggling big time on the pitch. DePaul is struggling big time on the pitch. It is also not the availability of Angel Correa, which Simeone can even boast of. And that one goal which Barcelona are having in this 85 minutes, just 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left plus stoppage time. How is this game going to unfold? Possession being much holden by Atletico after those 80th minutes, but they are not looking clinical enough to get into the box. Riquelme is also seen struggling. Riquelme is also seen struggling. Molina gets that to DePaul. DePaul is not even being able to get the possession of the ball. Molina this time gets that to DePaul. DePaul takes that cross. Araujo blocks that good. Araujo blocks that good. Look at that. The referee on the page, Jose Moreno, The time Rafina had a fall on the pitch, he just even had a look of that. He was looking in an opposite direction, but after seeing Rafina falling on the pitch, he simply gives that a free kick. Lamine Yamal is not happy with that substitution. Lamine Yamal is not happy with that substitution. That this man, Jose Mourinho, is convincing Lamine Yamal to be off the pitch. Oh my God, what a cinema this is looking on in the Copa del Rey semi-final. It is finally Gerard Martin coming onto the pitch and replacing Lamine Yamal. Agency takes that long kick. Now, the whistle has been blown in favor of Atletico. Lofted, long ball, left footer one for Galan, not making those moves. Atletico are looking damn tired. Atletico are looking damn tired and they are out of their gas. They don't even have those pedals to be pressed high up. They are looking damn tired on the pitch. De Jong, Garcia, Barcelona looking to make it big. Inside the box it goes. Deep ball misses that and hands it over to Rafinha. Deep ball is just looking a drunk play on the pitch. Rodrigo Deep ball is looking like a drunk play on the pitch. Garcia goes that to Kunde. Kunde is high up, back to Garcia. Rafinha, Pedri again, De Jong. It is the numbers counting, boys. It is the numbers counting. Atletico are looking damn tired. They are loose of their energy. Lewandowski on the edge of the box. Rafinha with his left footer. He is cutting it. Balde. Martin with that cross blocked interception. De Jong again. Rafinha. Garcia. Kunde again. It is those numbers counting. Atletico are looking struggling with those numbers counting. Barrios. Oh my God, look at that challenge. Ved Arajo made that to Alvarez. Alvarez was just lofted and thrown high up on the pitch. Gimenez, Molina, long ball that is for whom? What was that long ball which Molina made that and for whom? It's a big wasted 89 minutes, just 1 minute left it. Just 1 minute left into this game. Will it be the likes of Real Madrid against Barcelona or will it be the likes of Atletico? Because still at home, not a single shot Atletico has been able to register. Atletico hasn't been able to register a single shot on the nets. Both the teams are looking damn tired, and after that first leg of 4-4, the scoreline, 8 goals being scored, and after those big fixtures in the month of March, both Atletico as well as the likes of Barcelona, they are looking so damn tired on the pitch. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes of stoppage time to decide who will face Real Madrid into the finals of the Copa del Rey. 4 minutes left into this. Just 4 minutes of stoppage time being added. The ball gets that goal, but the referee on the pitch, Jose Mourinho, has been doing big blunders. No denying the fact. The stats are looking damning. Look at that 21 fouls which Barcelona has made into this game, and just two yellow cards being shown. Just two yellow cards being shown, whereas 11 fouls by Atletico and 5 yellow cards. My goodness, what are those stats which this referee Jose Mourinho, and what is that Simeone wearing on the sidelines? Was it a bed sheet which he has wrapped up on his waist? And what is he doing? Atletico are looking damn tired after those big fixtures in the month of March. And same is that looking with Barcelona, with those injuries of Dani Olmo, with those injuries they have got. Casado is also out, but they have been making it good. They have at least got that one goal. But it was those three big chances which Barcelona got. One they have converted, but Atletico with some chances big to be incoming hasn't been able to register a shot on target. Sørloth this time inside the box, get it good. Riquelme, Alvarez, everything is looking blocked. 92 minutes on the watch. Javi Galan taking that cross. Blocked, blocked, blocked. Atletico are not being able to register a single shot on target. Galan again. Man, look at that. Kunde blocking it like a Superman on the pitch, flying, jumping, and getting those interceptions. It is those big fixtures where Atletico Madrid playing that has made it suffer. Now it is the referee. Look at that. A yellow card being shown. My goodness, look at that. This referee, Jose Luis Muniara Montaro, that shit ugly man. This man, full of those controversies, now this time has showed that free kick and a yellow card. Musso is the man high up on the pitch as well. What is that shit? 93 minutes is. What is that Musso trying to be? Gerard Martin with that yellow card. Deep Paul is going to take that free kick on the edge of the box to the right part. Header, will that be? Missed, man. Musso drop down, otherwise you will lose by 2 goals. What is that Musso trying to do? Galan back passes that to Longlet. What is that doing to do? Inside the box, Longlet gets hit. Sørloth takes that header, but just couldn't get that shot into the net. What is Sørloth expecting to do? Is he a striker? Is he an assist maker? Oh no, that is Petri just clears that good. Oh my god. This man blows the whistle in 94 minutes. And what a single way game that was. What a single way game that was. This man has destroyed Atletico and Diogo Simeone on the sidelines wearing that bed sheet, or was that a curtain what he was wearing on his waist? I mean, what was that dressing sense which Diogo Simeone was having? I couldn't just figure it out, but it is this man, Jose Muliara Montaro Bantaro Gantaro, has just finished Atletico Madrid's any hope, any expectations of getting the taste of any silverware this season. This man, Jose Luis Muniara Montaro, has just finished every dreams of Atletico Madrid. No denying the fact, this man, Jose Luis Muniara Montaro, has finished any dreams of Diogo Simeone as well as Atletico Madrid to be having anything, any silverware this season. They are just left with those La Liga fixtures. And later, the next year from June, Atletico will play the FIFA World Cup with PSG in that group and Botafogo as well as Seattle Sounders. That is a FIFA World Cup fixture they will be playing. Big aspect. Diogo Simeone's men are looking happening, but this man, Jose Luis Muniara Montero, has finished any dreams which Diogo Simeone might be having with his team to get any of those silverwares. No denying the fact, what a game that was. That was a hilarious one. One-sided referral decisions to be talking about straight into it. No denying the fact. No things of compromise and no thing to be taken into it. But look at that. It is 22 fouls which the Blaugrana got into that. 3 of them were yellow. Out of those 22 tackles, fouls, I mean, not tackles, tackles are more than that, but 22 fouls which they got, it is a 3 yellow card. And Atletico with 11 fouls, getting 5 yellow cards, 50% of those fouls which Atletico got as a yellow card, whereas Barcelona with 22 fouls getting only 3 yellow cards. Oh my god. No denying the fact Barcelona played good. They were looking good. They were making those interceptions in the mid page in the first half. They were looking marvelous, superb. But one thing to say, this man, Jose Luis Muniara Montero, has just shut off the dreams of Diogo Simeone to get the taste of any silverware in this season. This man has really ended this season of Atletico Madrid, and in the La Liga as well, they are at the third spot, but they are dropping points. That is a bad aspect which has been noticed today. And really, to talk about, it is a bad thing which has happened for today. No denying the fact, it is the bad thing which has happened for today. But let me take you to those things which will make it more clear. Look at that. It is in the knockout now, which will be happening. It is going to be Barcelona and Real Madrid. Oh my god, that is Barcelona and Real Madrid. It will be on the April 26th. That will be played, and it is a neutral value Stadio de la Cartuja. That will be the thing to have, but it is the finals which is happening to be Barcelona winning 8 against Valencia, then Atletico winning 8 against the likes of Getafe, and on the other hand, Real Madrid winning their way against Real Sociedad. They win 1-8 against Leganes, but all of those margins were close enough. And this semi-final 5-4, and the previous night Real Madrid winning it against Real Sociedad, that was also 5-4. So both Real Madrid and Barcelona making it to the finals of the Copa del Rey with the same goal scoring aspects of 5-4. The same is the, aggregate. Real Madrid 5, Real Sociedad 4, and it is Barcelona 5, Atletico Madrid 4. That is the story of this watch along. And on the other hand, if we talk about Inter Milan has also made it good. They have made that 1-1 into that, a total of 4 shots on target, whereas Inter were clinical with 7 shots. Both of the teams were injuries. To talk about, Inter were having more, but Sergio Conceição's man getting that equaliser, that was something which was big, disheartening. And apart from that, this was the Atletico and Barcelona which happened, and Atletico has been knocked out. And this man again, Jose Luis Montero, controversial referees giving Atletico those exits and no taste of silverware for Diogo Simeone this season. And it was the previous fixture where Barcelona and Atletico were 4 up. Stuttgart and Leipzig. Stuttgart has eliminated Leipzig. Stuttgart are making it into the finals of the DFB Pokal. Oh my goodness, look at that. Let me just put this on the screen. Look at that. It is the likes of, Stuttgart who has made it. It is Stuttgart who got their move against Leipzig. Leipzig also made it into the semi-finals. It was the previous night where Bayer Leverkusen were knocked out by Arminia Bielefeld, and Arminia Bielefeld and Stuttgart. It will be the DFB Pokal final on May 25th. Stuttgart, will they get it? Because Arminia Bielefeld from the three-tier Bundesliga has been getting those big upsets. They have been getting it good. Arminia Bielefeld has been getting that good. It will be against Stuttgart. Will that be the thing which will be happening in the DFB Pokal? That will be the another big watch to be happening. And on the other hand, there were also the matches which we were watching was the likes of Liverpool and Everton. Liverpool has made that good. Diogo Jota getting that. But look at that. 17 shots they got, 3 only on target, much of the position. But this thing, look at that. Everton, who are at the 15th spot after this fixture, and Liverpool are staying top of the table. Arsenal at the second spot, Nottingham Forest third, Manchester City now moving to the fourth spot. Guardiola will be getting those good wins against Leicester City. And yes, it was a prediction good. And Manchester City finally getting it against Manchester Leicester City. But look at that, a total of 18 shots they took, 5 on target. City are looking building up. City are looking building up. Guardiola and his men are looking building up because City will be playing the Champions League next season as well. Newcastle, Chelsea are out. Look at that. City has played one more game. Newcastle has a game in hand. Chelsea still has a game in hand, but 1 point lead City is having. Chelsea need to make those wins to get their point of 49 up to 52. That will be the thing, much to be seen. Aston Villa are also at 48, Brighton 47. They are close. City can't afford to lose any more games because they will be then down to those Europa League or those Conference League moments to be happening. Premier League is not looking that good in shape this season as well. But likes of Manchester United, 13th spot, Tottenham, 14th spot, West Ham, 16th spot. Bit disheartening in the Premier League. Things are not looking that good. So, yes, with that, Los Blancos Real Madrid will face Barca, Barcelona. That will be the thing. We will be having that watch. And the second leg of Milan and Inter also, we will be having that watch very soon. But apart from that, in the fixtures which we will be having the watch tomorrow, it is the Indian Super League Jamshedpur FC against Mohan Bagan Super Giants. That will be the thing we will be watching. And it is also late at night, Chelsea and Tottenham. If we get that time, we will have a watch. But on Saturdays, the Premier League, the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich and Augsburg, it will be the game. Germany women's and Scotland women's is also the game we will be having. And on the other hand, it is Real Madrid against the likes of Valencia. The La Liga game we will be having. And what more? What more games do we have on Saturdays and Sundays? Milan and Fiorentina, Barcelona and Real Betis. What are the Manchester United and Man City? That will be also the game we will be having the watch of. And Monday night, Mohan Bagan and Jamshedpur again. But Tuesdays, 8th April and 9th April, that will be the Champions League fixtures again. So the Saturdays and Sundays we will be having that. The ISL, Mohan Bagan against the likes of Jamshedpur, as well as the watch-alongs of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid of their domestic leagues, and Manchester United against Manchester City in the Premier League. These are the watch-alongs we will be having before the Champions League matches are going to begin next week from Tuesdays and the Wednesdays. That will be the thing we'll be watching. So yes, all from my side, and I will just end this stream. Red is the color, but Atletico just couldn't make it into the finals. It is again Real Madrid and the likes of Barcelona will be making it, but no denying the fact, I will say it time and again, it is this man who contributed a lot to it, Jose Luis Muniara Fantaro, because these stats over this game, look at that. 22 fouls Barcelona made. Fouls, not tackles. Fouls, committed fouls. Only 3 yellow cards they got. Whereas Atletico, 11 fouls, 5 yellow cards. My goodness. That was hilarious. That happens in the La Liga, and that is what we can afford so far to have a watch of that. So yes, good night from my end, and yes, tomorrow we will be having the watch of ISL. Then we will be moving on to the Saturdays and Sundays with those domestic leagues of the Bundesliga, the Premier League, the La Liga, Real Madrid fixtures, Bayern Munich fixtures, Manchester United and Man City fixtures, as well as Chelsea and Tottenham is there. We will try to cope up with that. Then we will move on to the Champions League. That's all from my side. Keep going, guys. Bye bye. And before ending this, give us those likes, share, subscribe. Bye bye. Hala Madrid facing Barcelona in the finals. We will make it big, boys. Make